Welcome to the College Insights Online videotaped explanations to the tests in the College Board's official SAT study guide. This is Test 2, Section 2, questions 1 through 10. The rule here is that each term is twice the previous term plus 2, basically. So twice 10 is going to be 20, plus 2 equals 22, and that's answer choice D. Okay, with this one, there's one way you can answer it, which is to figure out how many cartons it fills per minute and then multiply it by 5. But that's a little bit tricky. The easier way is basically we have 5 minutes out of 60 minutes in an hour, which means that 5 minutes is 1/12 of what it would do in an hour. And so 1/12 of the 24 that it does in an hour equals 2. And that is answer choice A. Okay, we're asked how many more cars she sold in May than in January and February combined. In May, she sold 48. If we look at our chart, we can figure that out. And in January and February, she had 20 in January and 18 in February. So that is a grand total of 38. So 48 minus 38 equals 10, and that's answer choice A. For question 4, we need to figure out if we had a circle graph, what degree measure would be represented by the month of April. So first off, we need to figure out how many total cars were sold, and that would be, well, it's 180 if you add these all together. And in the month of April, there were 30 sold, so we have 30 over 180, and that equals 1/6. And now what you have to realize is that in a circle chart, we have 360 total degrees, so 360 divided by 6 equals 60, and that's the degree measure that we'd have for the month of April, and that is answer choice C. Okay, we've got this figure here, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, and we need to figure out which of the answer choices would be the result. The thing I would focus on is right here. We have 2 bricks and then a blank, and so if we were to rotate it this way, what's going to happen is on the bottom we're going to have 2 bricks and then the blank, and if you look at our answer choices, the only one that shows that is answer choice D. Okay, the way to translate this first part is 3 more than twice a number, so we have twice a number plus 3 equals 10. And so what we do is take 2x equals 7, because we're subtracting 3 from both sides, and then we say that x equals 7 over 2, 7 halves, and then we need to know what 4 times a number would be, so 4 over 1 times 7 over 2 is going to equal 28 over 2, which is 14, and that is answer choice D. A is less than 0. Which of these is the largest or the greatest? Well, let's make it easy. Let's say A equals -1, and this would be -1, this would be -2, this would be -4, and this would be -8. And of these, the largest one is -1, and that's answer choice A. To figure out the area of this figure, what we've got to do is divide it into a couple of smaller shapes. So if this whole side here is 6 and this side here is 4, that tells us that this little part here is 2, and down here if this one is 4 and right here we have 2, this up here is also going to be 6. And then if we wanted to get the area, we just take the area of this part, which is going to be 6 times 4, which is 24. Then we're going to add it to this part, which is 2 times 2, which is 4, and we add those together and we get 28, and that is answer choice B. We need to figure out the value of x, and we are told that x is less than 0. What we need to do to make this happen is to have x minus 2 equal either 5 or negative 5, because 5 or negative 5 squared equals 25. But because x is less than 0, we're going to make this one negative 5, and that would be negative 3 minus 2, which equals negative 5. And that is answer choice D. This question is going to ask us something about similar triangles. Similar triangles have the same shape, and each pair of angles has the same measure. So on this one, we know that these two angles are both x. These two, or this angle, is the same for both triangles, which means that these angles will also be equal. That tells us we have similar triangles. With similar triangles, the ratio of the lengths of any pair of corresponding sides is the same. So we know that PT is this one here, and PS are going to have the same ratio as QT and RS. So it's basically 8 over 10, which reduces down to 4 over 5, and that's answer choice E.